Continuing on Del Monte. Another red light. Coming up onto Fremont here. This is Officer Fernandez's vehicle. So, Officer Fernandez, well, let me say this. We don't know exactly why Mr. Virtue chose not to stop. Obviously, he would reasonably expect that if he had committed a crime, we've subsequently gathered some evidence that would indicate he was using illegal narcotics. If that happened, he should know that he's on his way to state prison for 8 years. Officer Fernandez knew that there was a pursuit northbound on Del Monte. He correctly assumed that the suspect had either just committed a crime or was wanted for a crime. He positioned his car northbound next to that turn pocket if the suspect turned left onto Fremont. Mr. Virtue did so. Officer Fernandez intended to slow his vehicle down by using that serpentine motion. He knew that there was a busy intersection coming up, and if you had a chance to see, there are vehicles on the road. He wanted to prevent Mr. Virtue from getting to that intersection and whatever might happen at that point. His intent was to effect a high-risk traffic stop, which is routine procedure. He would get out of his car, keep the suspect in the suspect's vehicle. He would do that at gunpoint. He attempted to do that, but it didn't happen because Mr. Virtue took off on foot. Officer Fernandez, when Mr. Virtue got out of his car, he did recognize him. He didn't remember his name at that point. He knew that he had had domestic violence issues in the past. He knew that he had had illegal firearm possession cases in the past. He knew that he'd been arrested for illegal firearms, and he knew that he had a history of trying to get away and sometimes fight the police. Officer Fernandez yelled for Virtue to stop as Virtue emerged from that cloud of dust that you saw.